left there. That scared me so bad. I'm so sorry. I jumped out of my chair, dude. Are you good?
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Osborne Motors Endurance Challenge Season 10, Week 7. We're here. Got doubleheader sprint night, and we, if I can click it, are in the booth with none other than Ben, a genie.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Very nice.
This track is gonna be interesting. Got some good jump cam in there, and it looks like every GT3 car is gonna catch air.
Every GT3 car and every GT car will all catch air of some kind.
I could tell the GTPs are taking it pretty easy on the quali laps there.
Yeah, I kind of have to, especially how light the fuel load is.
I would know nothing about that. I'm a terrible GTP driver.
I'm only, I think, I'm not even sure I'm much better. So
I just remember back in my day when the BMW was your only choice. The BMW was rough.
Yeah.
Is it still like the pendulum car? Like, does it still, or is that all of them? Just remember the BMW was rough.
Yeah, the BMW still feels the most rough, because it's the oldest GTP out of it a lot. So I feel like it's like a faster LMP2 than anything else. A bunch of Charles Rotes fans, I believe, have dove into the chat today, so they're sleeping on the boy.
I think he was on the broadcast for a few seconds.
Yeah. And
if he would have kept driving around.
It's true. We are in the middle of qualifying, so
yeah.
We're watching Justin Hall try to find the half a second he needs to be on the top of the podium. Place that he's been a good number of times.
Do you think I feel like he already done his laps, he's just driving around? Oh, well, that lap didn't count anyways.
I think he is done with his laps.
Yeah, I think everyone's just kind of driving around right now.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Just him and I think Brody Wallace out of our options.
Brody and William. Usually it's Nick Tyrrell out there driving around to the very end.
True.
Oh, Brody's out.
Yep.
We've got about 3 more minutes.
Do a quick rundown of.
Yeah. You want to do the rundown?
I will do a quick rundown. We'll see where it ends up, then we'll do the grid.
I was gonna say the grid thing doesn't show up. Does it not show up till quali's over?
Yeah, you have to wait till quali's over.
That makes sense.
Like gridding. Yeah.
If you ever think that you feel useless, just know that the I'm done qualifying button in iRacing exists.
I've used it.
Yeah, but have you ever been in a server where everyone used it?
I've been in a server where that has been the thing that has caused qualifying to end early, is because a couple people did that after everybody else got done qualifying.
It's interesting.
So
I haven't got to experience that yet. That doesn't look like Motegi.
It's not Motegi, I think.
I forgot to change the description.
Oh no.
So we got the one lone car. The lone William. I would also need my practice time. I think Lime Rock's going to be a little bit of a mess. This track seems scarier than when we raced at Knock Hill.
Yeah, I think so. Just a little bit.
They catch so much air.
They do.
It's crazy. Do they catch air? Do they catch air in real life when they race here?
I don't think they race GT3s at Lime Rock consistently enough to know.
They have in the past, though. IMSA has raced here.
Yeah. I believe they did, or they were tuned in such a manner where they were not catching air. One of the two.
That seems like it would be hard on shit.
Chad is asking, who is your favorite racer and why is it Adam Dahl?
It's Adam Dahl because hot dog water is my favorite brand. It's by far the best team name, livery, concept.
It is. It is such a unique fixture in the OMEC paddock these days.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, Outlander Racing is kind of cool, but hot dog water.
Yeah. Well, when half of Outlander Racing's team is in the broadcast booth and the other half did not qualify.
Yeah, Tony's out there pulling his weight. Oh, we had someone out on track for small second of time.
Tobias, yep. Qualifying has come to a close, though.
All right, let's try out this fancy grid. Oh my God, there it is. Look at that.
Look at that grid.
I'm gonna let you run through it.
All right. Top of the order is gonna be Kevin Hayes, the third, followed by Patrick Cantrell on the top row. Nick Terrell in third, Nate Sides in fourth, Devin Adams in fifth, Kelvin Collado in sixth, Tony Caicedo and Landon Orr are the 8 GTP drivers. Tony and Landon did not set qualifying times, so they are starting at the back of the GTP field. Into GT3, starting off with William Lemaster taking a pole position there alongside Brody Wallace. Wesley Waddell in third alongside Justin Hall. Andre Saba and Kevin Medita in fifth and sixth, respectively. Tyler Roberts, Joe Evers.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
How do you get to the second page?
There should be a little arrow next to the grid, and you gotta hit the 2 arrows. If you look at the grid section on the iRacing SDK, there should be little arrows under the grid box. It's gonna be a little bit down to the left, or sorry, down to the right of the display.
Okay, continue.
Tyler Roberts in 7th, Joe Evers in 8th, Luke Plaisance in 9th, Ian Baker in 10th, Carson Path, Joshua Harless, Charles Rotes, Chris Wells, Adam Dahl, Tobias Matheson, Jason Larson, and James Carnline
And
are your...
I cut you off, but that was fantastic.
That are your 18 GT3 drivers, as the grid is starting their formation lap.
Short formation lap? Or full?
I believe it is. They're starting on the back straight, so they are coming around to the start-finish line right now. GTP is desperately warming their tires up.
Through that one corner, they had to do it.
Yep.
Green flag.
Got Hayes, Cantrell, and Terrell coming in to turn 1, gingerly coming in because absolutely no time to warm up those tires. Those GTP cars look huge. They look huge on this track.
The GT3s also look huge on this track as well. I don't think there's definitely.
Yeah.
The GT3s are currently being held up by slow GTPs that are still trying to warm their tires.
That looks very nice.
Fantastic start for most of the
Oh yeah, Wesley Waddell. Everyone having to check up for the GTPs.
Yep, Brody Wallace.
That's crazy.
Great run here.
Are they really that sketchy on the cold tires on this track?
Absolutely. They are.
Wow.
If you do not warm up those tires properly, you will be thrown out into the grass. So you really have to make sure they're in that window. And for the first couple laps, they're essentially like glorified GT3s in terms of how much pace they can extract out of those machines. About a lap and a half, 2 laps in for about 2 minutes to 3 minutes of on-track racing to get them up to temp. Usually that's anywhere from 2 to 4 laps. Calvin Collado holding up a group of the cars. No idea where you're focused.
I'm on the GT3 leader currently.
Okay.
The GTPs looked like they're going a little gingerly. GTPs look like they're scrapping a little bit.
Genuinely, I tried to stay there and straighten you out. I hope that helps.
Got a few off tracks, a little bit of Outlander racing, antagonizing the other GTPs. We have Wesley Waddell sending it up, or Brody Wallace sending it up the inside. Wesley Waddell has had enough being stuck behind that McLaren. I think that's the first time we've ever seen the Wonder Bread Mustang in the lead.
Yeah. Superman Mustang in the lead.
That is a rare sight. Mustangs must be good around Lime Rock.
They must be. Now I'm alongside with you.
Ooh, we got that was Saba and Roberts, or Saba and Hall going too wide.
Tony Caicedo off into the wall there. Andre Saba and Tyler Roberts going too wide. Kevin Collado taking the fastest lap of the GTP so far with a 1 like there's a minute there. 45 seconds around this lap. Quick lap time here. Lime Rock Park as we look at this replay. Tony Caicedo getting loose.
Yeah, that was a rough one. As he limps back to the pits.
He just...
Yeah, those lap times are crazy. 40 seconds.
Yep. Kevin A is retaking that with a 44.58. Only 5 seconds slower for most of the GT3 field. 4 seconds to 3 seconds slower for Brody Wallace, currently still at the lead of these pack of cars we're following along with in the GT3 field. I want to see what the battle for second looks like right now between Patrick Cantrell and Nick Tyrrell. Pretty close. Okay. Along with a lot of the GTP field. Just trying to see what action was happening there. Devin Adams, all 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is there? Oh, is that lap GTP traffic? Is that Tony Caicedo up there?
Yeah, that's a lap to Tony Caicedo in the middle of that.
Tony Caicedo, will he try to fight and take back positions?
Ooh.
Or is he going to let Cantrell by?
I think he's letting
him by.
Really not a great spot to let traffic by. But I think with cold tires after that fast repair, it's definitely going to be slower by about a few seconds here than he would be on the kind of more warm and into the operating window tires at the rest of this GT3 field, as I think that was Nate Sides, unfortunately, getting loose and caught out there, making friends with that tire barrier, or not even tire barrier, just the wall, right over that lip. It's the same issue we saw with Tony Caicedo just a few moments ago.
A lot of people going off. We got Landon Orr. It's not telling me they're crashes. It's just telling me they're going off. So there's Landon Orr. What happened to Landon Orr?
Yeah. Let's take a look here.
Oh,
he got loose and then makes friends with the tire barrier.
Didn't even get the chance to wreck on the jump. We also have Andre Saba and Tyler Roberts both into the pits. I think this is them right there. Yep.
Both. Oh my God, great heads-up driving from Carson Path and Luke Plaisance, Joe Evers. All three of them dodging those two cars.
We're gonna see what happened to Nate Sides. Nate Sides going off the track.
Yeah.
Same spot, or he get it in the air?
He got in the air, got bumped over by the grass there on the outside of the track is a little bit higher than the track itself. So it'll really unsettle it. It's the same thing we saw happen with Tony Caicedo a couple laps earlier. Patrick Cantrell diving in to get around
the
Charles Rotes. GTP field now a fair bit spread out. Devin Adams going around, Landon Orr.
The passing looks very scary.
It is very scary, I would have to imagine. It doesn't feel like this track is quite wide enough for the amount of multi-class that happens here. I don't know how IMSA pulled it off. What did IMSA run here? I'm not curious. I'm going to go Google that real quick.
I'm pretty sure it was GT, or maybe it was just GT3. It might have been a race with no prototypes. We're going on board with Devin Adams just to see this passing action with the GT3s.
Oh God, over the hill.
Now coming up on the back of Adam Dahl, Hot Dog Water. Devin Adams going a little wide. Devin Adams up in 4th position. I think so far this would be his best finishing position for his debut OMEC season in the GTP car. He's going to send it up the inside of Sauce, maybe. He is. Sauce letting him have it. Open up that door.
It might have only been like the VP Challenge and like IMSA Michelin pilot.
So not even GT3s, just GT4s.
Yeah, GT4s, LMP3s. Let me see what I can.
This is
sure
OMEC making history, folks. Waddell getting all over the back of LeMaster, sends it up the inside on turn 1. LeMaster lets him have it, looks like, and now he's got in front of him. He has to hunt down Brody Wallace, still leading the race in that Wonder Bread Mustang. This is the drive of Brody Wallace's season.
Yeah, he is really getting real in tune with that Mustang out in front.
Oh, he seems like he went so much faster through that compression too.
Yeah.
Than the McLaren's able to. McLaren gets really upset hitting those curbs.
Mm-hmm. In 2023, when the IMSA WeatherTech Championship went to Lime Rock Park, it was only GTD and GTD Pro.
Oh,
it
was GT3. Yeah, it was
GT3s, but it was only the GT3s and no prototypes, which makes sense. I think this would be doable in GT3s.
Yeah, the prototypes don't look like they're having a great time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
We got Hot Dog Water making a pass on the Sudi driver of Chris Wells, sending up the inside of turn 1, making it happen. Shout out Adam Dahl and shout out 50% of the OMEC listening audience. The other 50%, I'm assuming, is the Sauce crew.
Yeah.
We do have up front, Nick Tyrrell is slowly hunting down Kevin Hayes. They're getting a little caught up in the traffic.
They are. Jesse Olsen, Proto Challenge. Yeah, so they had 2 separate races, that sounds like, from what Jesse Olsen is telling us from when he was there at the last one.
Oh, man, we got live verified from the field, Jesse Olsen.
Yeah.
Both going in, catching air over the hump.
Gosh.
Getting caught up behind the Wonder Bread Mustang.
Nick Terrell flashing the headlights, letting Brody Wallace know that there is a second GTP there. We have 5 GTPs still on the lead lap. 3 have unfortunately made friends with the tire barriers towards the end of the lap. It's the last couple corners there that seem to catch those 3 drivers out. Tony Caicedo working his way back through the field. Nate Sides with the fastest lap of the race this past time by at a 43.51.
Damn, from 7th place.
From 7th place.
Oh, he went off, didn't he? That's right.
Yes, he did. He was one of our 3 drivers that did.
He is ahead of Landon Orr, who seems to not be having the happiest season in GTP.
I mean, GTPs are, I think, now properly the hardest thing to drive in the IMSA split of cars.
Speaking of which,
another instant for Landon Orr. Oh, gets
just
on
a little bit. Just a little bit.
All right.
I held it together.
Yeah.
Everyone was holding their breath. They really thought that was going to be Kevin Hayes.
Night's not over yet.
The night is
change
not
for. Oh, not. Let's say change for the lead, and then I was like, wait, nope, that's Tony Caicedo working his way back through the GT3 field.
We do have Devin Adams fighting Cantrell for a podium currently.
He's got a good run here. Cantrell had to keep an eye on Andre Saba and not run into him. As the 2 of them go into the hairpin. Patrick Cantrell seeds, lifts, goes for the over-under, but gives Devin plenty of space as we get into the first few corners here.
Devin's locked in tonight. A little wiggle there. I don't know what got into him.
I mean, I think he's just finding pace. Oh,
Here comes Adam.
Getting
Here
caught up.
comes Sleeper Cell Adam to take him out.
Hot dog water.
Hot dog water activate.
keeping the fight going. Nate Sides back into pit lane. As he, I think, has also once again made friends with the barrier.
Let's pull a local Amish resident Nate Sides in. Nathaniel Sides.
Yes, sir.
What's going on tonight?
Well, iRacing's amazing track scans got me the first wreck,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
and then Adam lost it coming out of the second quarter and doored me. So
Oh,
yeah, I was last anyway, so it's not like it was a big deal. Actually, I wasn't last.
you weren't. Landon was behind you, and
Yeah, but that's okay.
you have set the fastest lap of the race. So.
I know, I know.
Yeah, so get out there on low fuel and set another
What?
fastest lap.
Okay. Well,
It's not worth anything but your pride.
Well, we'll see how long my 6 minutes of repairs. I don't think I'll get back. I'll get back out there.
There's
for 10
still
minutes.
7 minutes. Oh, there's 17 minutes. 7 minutes of the race? 17.
17 minutes.
Oh, you got plenty
Yeah.
of time to set a heater.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're ready.
We'll go low fuel, just full blast.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Kevin Hayes hasn't crashed yet, so
There's still time though.
There's a
He has
chance.
he is the fastest lap now.
he does. There is a chance you could not be last.
43.2. Wow.
Yeah.
Lying.
I mean,
I've only got 43.3 as my best, so it's gonna be some uphill battles here.
you're gonna be uphill battling with the track.
Correct.
Do you have your OMEC branded Amish weather stick out of the
Yep,
car?
it's hanging outside my window, and it is droopy because it is raining where I'm at.
That doesn't seem like that does you very much good.
What do you mean?
It's not raining on the track.
No, I'm saying here in my humble abode.
Yeah. Does it
your
droop when it
real
rains?
life.
Is that how they work?
Yeah.
When bad weather's coming in, it goes down, and when good weather's coming in, it goes up.
It's all excited when there's good weather.
Yep. Pitch to 10, so to speak.
I'm gonna go buy one of those. I'm gonna put an
should.
OMEC sticker on it, and I'm gonna hang it on my wall.
You should get somebody to like laser and like burn in OMEC.
Ooh,
on the
there
side.
we go.
That'd be pretty dope. Yeah.
There we go. And then we'll,
Kevin Hayes
Yeah.
almost making contact with Tobias Matheson. Coming in the last couple cars. Sorry to drag y'all back into this whole thing called racing. but-
oh yeah, no, we're just talking
All right.
about Amish weather devices. We're gonna Nathan Sides. Good luck with the rest of your race.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you back out there.
See ya.
What's a race?
Uh,
Kevin Hayes might have a clean race. I think
Don't
he's, I think
jinx
he's,
him like
I
that.
think he's
You
got it in
just
him.
you just gave him that
He
broadcaster curse.
wanted me to be more positive.
I understand that. But you also just said you might have it. But we have a battle for the lead going on. Just going to throw that out there.
Which league? GT3 league? GTP
Sorry,
league?
not
For P2?
P2. Yeah, P2. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
I got my intervals backed up. I messed up. One of the two words.
Waddell was able to get around LeMaster, not able to keep up with Brody Wallace in that Mustang. That's crazy. He's pulled a 3-second gap.
He's just got raw pace.
Literally.
Go ahead on the inside.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Mustang's better to jump because it's got all the weight in the front.
It probably is the least affected by the jump out of all of these. That and the BMW, I think, would be another one that has the least rough time. Maybe the Mercedes, too, I would say. Maybe a little bit less so.
That does seem like a good hypothesis, but second, third, and fourth are Porsches and McLarens.
Well,
And then we got
again,
a Ferrari, and then we got an Audi, and then the Corvette. That Ford is really an anomaly, if I'm being honest with you. The other Fords and BMWs and Mercedes are at the back of the field.
that's very true.
Is Brody Wallace
think-
pro or am?
Is who?
Brody Wallace.
I have.
It doesn't say. All I know
Doesn't
is
say.
he's the Wonder Bread guy.
Let me go take a look at our standings. I'll tell you.
And he's about to lap Hot Dog Water.
Oh, hot dog water better get on that gas pedal. There it is.
Hot Dog Water, get the foot to the floor.
It's really surprising to me.
That Brody Wallace looks like he is a guitar player in a My Chemical Romance band.
That too. Brody Wallace is a GT3 AM driver. At least for this season.
And he's out there leading the field.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, if you look at the rest of the top order, Wesley Waddell, also a GT3 AM driver.
Oh yeah, got
William
around
Lemaster.
William Lester, the pro. Lime Rock shaking some stuff up.
It certainly is.
Pros don't know how to drive Lime Rock. Landon Orr's passing some GT3 cars for position.
Look at Landon Orr go.
He is down. He's in the trenches. These are actual positions he's fighting for currently.
And he is technically up 10 from where he qualified. Because he didn't qualify.
Good job, Landon Orr.
He is up 1 in position. Because Nate Sides is still in the pit lane.
Just you wait till Nate Sides gets out of there with that droopy stick. Landon Orr flashing. Slow drivers, please get out of his way. At the front, though, Nick Tiro, the gap is closed. I don't know how he's going to get the pass made. It seems like they get super close, and then there's some GT3 traffic to spread them out by a few tenths, and that's just kind of been their whole race up here.
It kind of has been, but that is the nature of multi-class racing, and I think he's also just waiting. I think he's waiting for that right moment, because I think he might also be under the impression that Kevin Hayes will do, I would like to label Kevin Hayes things and spin erroneously out of the middle of nowhere.
You know he put less fuel in his car than Kevin Hayes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's been fuel saving the whole time.
Yeah, that's... Whoa! Whoa, buddy. Nick Terrell, take a breath. It's okay. And Kevin Hayes is getting loose in front of him. These two are on the ragged edge.
They are indeed.
Devin Adams holding it down in 3rd place, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's drag him in here. Maybe. I can't drag Devin?
I don't know. I can't drag anybody.
Oh, that's upsetting. Why can't I drag Devin?
I'm here.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey.
What's going on? We're on board with you right now. How are you 3rd?
Dog, I'm fucking shit up.
Yeah. Was it too many Stellas or less Stellas, or what's the secret?
0.
0, you're sober and locked in.
Yeah, this is what happens.
How many cans of Zins are next to you currently?
We have 4 in the mouth right now.
That's what you need. I think we found the secret. It's a little too late in the season, but maybe next season.
I have to imagine that is black.
Did I watch Charles commit murder like a lap ago, or did Charles get murdered?
I'm not sure.
Let's see. Like a lap ago, you say?
Lap or 2. These laps are so quick, they all kind of blend together.
Let's see.
I see nothing about Charles.
He got tipped by Brody Wallace.
Ooh. So Charles did not commit murder.
He did not.
Okay.
I don't see him committing murder anywhere on this.
He did go into the pits. Oh, Charles went off track. Here's the replay.
Yeah.
Coming at you. He just kind of unsure. Maybe this was after he got hit. Oh wait, here we go. Here, different one.
Yep.
Oh
just
yeah,
gets tapped here.
Man, did that meatball him?
I don't think meatballed him, but he might have gotten a drive-through.
Oh, maybe.
Or no, he did meatball him, based on the fact that he does pull in the pit lane.
Yeah, that's rough. Landon Orr went off track. Is this Nate Side's chance?
Nate Side's
almost playing with fire. Landon Orr, goodness gracious, buddy.
He kept it on track.
Driving that car like a cowboy. All right, Devin Adams, good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your podium, hopefully. I don't know.
It's not over yet, dog.
I can't drag you out of here. Oh, there it is. My computer must just be kind of, I don't know.
Oh, Nick
Oh,
Terrell.
there is a rogue hot dog water in front. Who crashed in front of hot dog water? There's all sorts of stuff going on from the view.
Sorry.
I think it was James Carline.
I think it was. Is he
Oh,
keeping an eye on?
oh, Kevin Hayes. Oh, that was almost Kevin Hayes' end.
Yeah.
That was almost the end. Hold on. Going for the
this
pass.
battle.
Oh my
between-
god, I saw Kevin Hayes almost die. All right, what battle are you watching?
I'm watching the battle with Kevin Hayes and Nick Terrell for the lead.
Oh, Nick Terrell going in the grass again.
Yeah.
He's got a car to the left of him.
Trying to make up time there.
Yeah, gap's back to
Oh.
1.3 seconds now.
Wesley Waddell getting pushed out wide by William LeMaster. 3 wide of GT3s, including lap traffic.
The pros on the AM's really shaking it up. In fact, we got 2 AMs up in the front. Oh my god, that Porsche almost just completely takes off. It's definitely the worst on the bump.
Yeah.
There's a
Getting the
GTP
draft.
going into the pits. Nate sides.
Yeah. Joshua Harless running wide to allow both of them through. Continue their fight. So we are down to 6 minutes left in this race. Closest battle on track for the moment. Nick Terrell and Kevin Hayes fight for the lead in GTPs is getting heating up a little bit. As Kevin Hayes avoids some GT3 traffic.
I'm excited to see where Tyrrell's actually going to make the pass at.
I
It's
am
gonna
as
be
well.
if it's just going to be last lap, who's really going to send it? Or if he's actually going to get it done. Ooh, it might be right here.
Waddell.
It might be right here. Kevin Hayes caught up in lap traffic. Nick Tyrrell going to send it around the outside. He's going to keep it 2 wide through turns of 1 and 2, but there's 2 GT3 drivers in front of them.
The battle for second in GT3 right in front of them.
Oh, yeah, that is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, man.
We have the closest battles on track right next to each other. Could not have timed this better.
Tyrrell and
Wesley-
Hayes bumper to bumper.
Wesley Waddell gonna try to capitalize on the gap left open. Oh, as they go 2 wide, the GT3's behind the GTPs. I almost said
Oh, he's got hold around the outside. Dip. Ooh, that's beautiful. We'll give him a little bump draft
Oh.
on the straight.
Nick Terrell going around the outside into turn 1 again. Are you on live?
Yeah, I
Am
am.
I losing my mind? Okay, cool.
No, I was
All right.
checking on the GT3s. Kevin Hayes real good at keeping that
Oh,
up.
Charles Rhodes on the inside.
Whoa! The
Adding
sauce
in yet another factor into this
coming up
battle
on the
for
leader
the
of the
lead.
GT3s as well, who does have a little front bumper damage there from that incident we saw.
He
But
was
still-
off track for 5 seconds.
But still gapping everyone.
Absolutely.
No, front bumper, don't need it.
Don't need a front bumper.
No. Kevin Hayes dipping some wheels on the grass there. The fact Kevin Hayes
have
been able to
hope-
keep this both laps around turn 1 is incredible.
Well, he's got the inside line. He's been driving defensively here. Has to take, that really sets him up nicely. And there's not a whole lot of passing opportunities for how wide these cars are in a lot of these sectors, especially with multi-class traffic throwing so many wrenches into the works.
Yeah, this is just like driving around a bunch of cones out there.
Mobile chicanes.
We do have a crash from Kevin Medina. An actual crash.
There is a new team motto for the hot dog water team, and that is they came in like a wrecking doll. DAHL.
That's a good one. I thought it was gonna be Wrecking Dog, but that was better.
I have both are decent.
Yeah. Oh, we're still on the replay. Shit. Live? We're live. Don't worry. You
watch the replay.
We
That was a sick drift from Kevin Medina, though.
that was. It was almost. It almost turned out really cool.
Yeah.
We got these two up front. We still got Waddell and LeMaster. Waddell's behind again.
Yeah. Wesley Waddell has been behind since William Master forced the move on the inside of turn 1.
Yep.
A few laps back. Kevin Hayes getting lucky with some traffic. Being able to stretch this gap out to a second.
Ooh.
Same going for William LeMaster by a small margin to Wesley Waddell. Joe Evers, also a little bit further down the GT3 field for P5, finally trying to take the fight to Tobias Matheson in front of him.
Wow, Joe Evers looks just like Kevin Hayes. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Do they know that they're identical twins?
Maybe they do, maybe they don't.
Oh man, which one's Joe Evers? I don't know. Oh, there we go. There's Joe Evers. Still looks just like him.
They both are trying to get around. I believe that is a Carson path.
I think that's a lap Porsche.
It is a lap Porsche. The question I'm asking is which lap Porsche? James Carnlane is that lap Porsche.
Oh yeah, we watched him crash earlier.
I believe we did, yes.
It was a good crash.
I'm excited to see Joe Evers getting able to find some good battles now that I'm not there to crash him and myself.
Did you take out Joe Evers?
Oh, I think I actually did at one point.
Joe Evers, oh goodness, going over.
That was just playing it safe. That was a wise decision from Joe. No, yes, I believe at one point during the GT4 season, I accidentally killed both of us. And then we had a bunch of like self spins that put us back into fighting each other in OFUX testing races.
Oh, nice.
It's a good season.
We got Kevin Hayes and Nick Terrell making their way through this fight.
Oh, Nick Terrell looking to capitalize on Kevin Hayes lifting. 3/10 separate those two leaders.
Both different wheels in the grass coming through the final corner. I think Nick Terrell, if he's going to make a pass for the win, it's going to be on the final lap. Because he can't, like here, Kevin Hayes always holds him off for the rest of the track, but he can usually end up with the draft to maybe get around him by the finish line.
Is the final lap.
Is it really?
It is. I saw the white flag out for these two drivers. Last opportunity for Nick Terrell. Both kind of stuck behind that Sudi Porsche that goes off to the side. Nick Terrell trying to make the move, has to also back out of it. The opportunity is there. Kevin Hayes trying to remove the draft, not give him an option there.
He's going to have a good exit for this last corner.
Yep, he will.
I think he's got it.
I think he does.
I think he's
Kevin
got
Hayes.
it. Imagine he just spins right there.
Oh my God.
For that one, motherfucker.
Woo! I think he just called us motherfuckers. That's unacceptable. Kevin Hayes.
I think it's well deserved.
Real star of the show, Devin Adams rolling across P3, Patrick Cantrell P4, and those are your top 4 GTP drivers that didn't crash.
Brody Wallace about to come across the start-finish line as well.
Brody Wallace,
his first win of the season in GT4 AM.
Best finish here ever. And then we got LeMaster and Waddell super close towards the end. LeMaster ends up in front. Was LeMaster, Pro ended up in front.
Yep.
We got Ann in P3. We got Carson Path coming across the line here in P4.
Joe Evers.
Joe Evers must have got around whoever he was trying to get around.
He did. I'm trying to see where that happened. If there was some last-minute carnage.
He ran out of gas.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Whoa! And then there's the just
spin
GTP carnage behind
Elvin
him.
Collado.
Oh no, he ran out of gas right there. Damn, what a finish. What a finish. Well, that'll do it.
I will.
See the results, or do I have to be live?
It might have to be live. Hit the live button, then hit results.
No go. Oh wait, maybe I have to click. No. No. Oh my God! There it is. There it is. You've taught me so many things. I've been doing this for 10 seasons. This is the first time it's ever happened.
Look at you go.
But where's Kevin Hayes?
Results. Go back to
Kevin
the top.
Hayes. There we go.
There you go.
You want to read through those?
I can if you want me to.
You go for it. I won't interrupt you this time.
Kevin Hayes takes home the win there. Pole 2 checkered, leading the whole time with some brief interruptions by Nick Terrell as he vied for the lead. Nick Terrell, like I just talked about, coming home in second. Third, the kind of, I wouldn't say shock, but the definitely not the person we expected to be on the podium. Devin Adams in third. Fourth, Patrick Cantrell after a hard-ish fought battle. And Tony Caicedo coming home P5 despite his early car wrecks earlier on. And Calvin Collado in sixth. Landon Orr in seventh, our last GTP on the racetrack. So I believe Nate, or sorry, and then Nate Sides, who is many laps down, is P8 in the GTPs. In the GT3s, which we'll get, in the GT3s, Brody Wallace taking home his first victory here. I'm losing my mind apparently today. Don't mind me. Taking home the win in AM class, taking home the pro win and second overall. William Lamaster. Wesley Waddell rounds out the GT3 podium. Carson Path rounds out the GT3 AM podium. Joe Evers in fifth. Tobias Matheson. I'm going crazy over here.
It's rough. You got
six. Dude, I don't know. I think it's just been a long week.
It's because Kevin Hayes is sitting in the interview room stressing you out. I know. It's okay.
It's absolutely.
You can feel his eyes burning into the back of your head, but it's okay.
What? Anyway. Luke Plaisance. Ian Baker, Jason Larson, Luke Plaisance, Joshua Harless are your top 10 finishers for GT3. Chris Wells, Kevin Medina, Charles Rhodes, Tyler Roberts, Andre Saba, James Conline, Adam Dahl, and Justin Hall are the 18 drivers that finished in GT3. And then 8 sizes at the bottom from where he finished technically.
Man,
8th.
We had 10 more drivers on a track that was like a quarter of the size of Motegi.
Yes.
And on that note, Kevin Hayes.
What's up?
He didn't wreck. Yeah, clean race.
Someone tried to
led all the laps.
No,
somebody did try to kill you.
There was one lap I actually didn't lead. I missed the Grand Slam because I think a GT3 went to pit out of the last corner and kind of brake checked me. They didn't know I was there. I mean, the closing speeds are ridiculous here.
Yeah.
It was one of the Stellarum cars, and Nick beat me to the line by like half a car length that lap and that lap only. But he made me work for it tonight. That's for damn sure. Porsche is crashing in front of me, top of the hill. Chaos.
The Porsche crashing in front of you was insane.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
I locked up the brakes, but my tires weren't on the ground, so it didn't lock up. But I got like the notification on the steering wheel that turned red when the brakes were locked, without any tire squeal noise. It was hilarious. But yeah, that was quite an event.
How'd you feel about the jump?
Oh, dude, it was so much fun. I mean, this is. I would have enjoyed this race more if Nick wasn't breathing down my neck the entire time. I thought I was going to be able to pull away at one point. I got the gap up to like 1.4 on lap 8 or 9, and I was like, cool, I got maybe like a tenth over him or half a tenth, and I'll just slowly build that. And then when we hit traffic, it just kind of changed everything. And then genuinely, I think if Nick had gotten by me, I had nothing for him. So, typical multi-class, traffic played a big part. Traffic was insane here with how tight this track is. Mm-hmm. There was a couple times that traffic almost gave it away to him for me, but just held the inside into one. That inside line into one is super powerful, so I just made sure I didn't give that up and made him try to earn it the long way, and it worked out for me. So very excited to go to the Glen next too. That's one of my favorite tracks, so I'm hoping for a good competitive night. But we're not running the bus stop. Is that true?
Nah, we're running the bus stop.
I don't know who told you that. We are in fact running.
Chris tried to get me to take away the bus stop, but The Watkins Glen bus stop is the only good bus stop that exists. The rest are all pretty terrible.
The bus stop adds a lot to that track.
It does.
I'm excited that the bus stop is.
And it's a really weird bump if you don't do the bus stop going.
Yeah,
going through it down into that banking part. Yeah, it's weird. It's not that good.
Weird. But yeah, this race was I've never been so. Every single time I crossed the start finish line, I was like, cool. There's only 5 minutes left. That's like 4 laps, and then it's like, no, here it's 13. I looked up with 5 minutes to go, and it's like there's expected to be 8 or 9 laps left, and I was like, oh my god, just get me to the finish. Because Nick is relentless. He does not make mistakes, and as many people have seen, I've been relatively mistake prone this season. But he's at the championship lead, so I was able to probably take a few risks going through traffic that he was never going to make, being the leader in the points, maybe. I don't know. I definitely think Nick had the pace over me on the long run. I just was able to keep him behind in the parts that mattered. It's tough to pass here, so very pleased with how this one ended up.
Well, that's fantastic. Congratulations on a crash-free race. The poll was wrong. I should have put a 0 on the poll, although it's not over yet. Still got Watkins Glen.
Still got Glen. I know where I will spin at the Glen if I do, so it's all good.
Nah, no spins, so you got this.
I need a double win night tonight to make up some ground on Nick. I think I'm 15 points behind him in the standings, so having a good night to replace a drop week would do a lot for me right now. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. We're going to get you out of here. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. That's Lime Rock all wrapped up in the books. We're going to take... Is the other server open yet? It opens about 3 minutes.
We got about, 3 minutes, I think, is what it actually is, because my desktop time is somehow like many minutes off of the real time.
All right. We're going to leave here for a little bit. I'm going to bring the race up. Me and Fenn are going to come back about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll be here for the second round at Watkins Glen.
Oh, good. I didn't want to hit you on the totally on the ass. There. Isn't the view nice up here? I'm sorry, Jim.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. This is the second race of the night. We're here at Watkins Glen. We're back in the booth with Ben, everybody's favorite. I got a little bit of a problem.
What do you mean? What happened?
I can't see the overlay on iRacing, but it's showing up on OBS on the broadcasting, and I can't really
showing up on iRacing.
Yeah, I usually see it on iRacing.
That's wild.
That's how I see what's going on. How do you see it? You don't ever look at it?
I just turn my OBS output into a screen on top of the iRacing simulator.
That's pretty fancy.
I guess.
See, why am I don't know how to do any of these things.
Oh, you just mean you don't see any timing tower? Or do you see
I don't see any of the SDK overlay.
Any of it, okay. No. That's weird. Usually you do, and now you don't.
Yeah, so we're just We're raw dogging this race. Everyone at home can see the timing tower, so that's good.
Okay. All 0 drivers that have qualified on it.
Yeah, that's true. No one's put down a lap yet. There's some laps coming in. 33s.
Can you alt tab back to where it's on top of the iRacing sim? Is the iRacing sim just on top of it?
Ooh. I didn't know you could do that.
Just thinking.
We're going to try it live.
Fancy.
No, it doesn't even show up in my alt tabs.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'd probably have to close out of SDK and everything, but then sometimes it doesn't pop up in OBS, and that's a whole deal, so we're just going to leave it.
That's fair.
We'll pop over to OBS if I want to look at it.
Yeah. Or you can do what I do with OBS, which is to right-click on OBS and do a full screen projector onto whatever monitor you want to look at it.
Whoa. But so then am I seeing the OBS output? Yeah, because it looks
it's a little
rougher.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting though. I like that.
Yeah, I have no idea how you usually see it.
Well, I just watch iRacing. Now, how do I get rid of the preview?
You just click on it and then hit escape. To where it's highlighted and then hit escape. Or like the window you're focusing on.
Oh.
Hmm?
Damn, I'm learning so much today as we watch Hot Dog Water drive around the track. Now, this is a much more appropriately sized tracks for the GTPs and the GT3s. It looks like a giant now.
Yeah, I would say the track looks appropriately wide for multi-class racing. Not a local track that's being used for multi-class racing.
Are you a fan of the old Watkins Glen or the rescan?
I never drove the old Watkins Glen. I have
Never?
no context. No, I've only been sim racing for like on iRacing, I should preface, for like 2 years.
Is Watkins Glen rescan over 2 years ago?
I would assume so, because this is the same one I've always driven on, and it's never been the old again, quote unquote.
Oh, okay. Well, the old one had this little bump on the start-finish straight if you were up against the wall.
Okay.
And you go over this bump, and I missed the Watkins Glen bump.
Also, would it unsettle the car, and that's the whole reason it was?
Kind of, not really. It's just a little bump.
Gotcha.
But the rescan, it's gone.
No.
They did track maintenance, and it was upsetting.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
It does.
Adam Dahl no longer driving. Joe Evers still in the car. One of a handful of drivers still out setting qualifying times.
Including this guy, Landon Orr. Does he get out? Where's Devin Adams on the timing tower?
He has not set a qualifying lap yet. He is still in pit road. Has not left it for a lap.
Devin. You gonna put in a lap time or what?
No,
Why not?
because this car isn't fun anymore.
Oh my God! What did you do?
Why?
What did you do? You got
happened?
P3.
I put it into the wall.
What? You can't restart?
I was playing drafty car.
That's really upsetting. We're dragging him out of here, and then you got Landon. Just I don't know what he's doing.
He's having a nice little cooldown lap. Let him have his cooldown lap. Charles Rhodes desperately trying to improve from 14th on the grid. Jason Larson as well. Oh,
I took Landon back out of here. I was gonna say something, and then I couldn't think of a joke.
Oh. Well, hi Landon, bye Landon.
He's in the focus. We're not supposed to drag him in anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Except admins can be drug in whenever. That's the deal.
That's okay.
Except Kevin Hayes, because he might come slit my throat in the night. I'm not sure.
You want to take a look
even
at Jason Larson, who's actually out setting qualifying times real quick?
Yes.
As we get into the last couple minutes.
I would love to do that.
Sweet. Our only GT3 driver yet to put it in a lap time is Jason Larson. One of our 16 GT3 drivers that have come to, 17.
The only Canadian out on the field.
Yes, our only Canadian. As he rounds, coming into what is called the toe of the boot at Watkins Glen. Because it looks like a boot on a track map. If you pull up that track map thingy, you do have buttons for it.
I do have buttons. That one's always... I know that one.
Okay, cool.
It's always hard to find for some reason.
It's called boot.
It didn't come up.
It looks like
it probably come up. I just can't see it. Yeah, there it is. Did you know that there's turn 1, and then the S's you got, that's turns 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bus stop is just the bus stop. It doesn't have a number. Because turn 5 is after the bus stop.
Yeah, because the bus stop was a late addition to an otherwise already numbered track map, and it's not really considered a turn. It's just a kink in a straight.
Yeah, but then you got Road America.
Yes.
Where
that counts the
a
slightest
kink in a
bend.
straight is a turn. Or Road Atlanta, where you got turns 14, God. A, B, and C, and whatever they want to...
Yep.
That's the interesting one. This... You really got to send it on this one. You got to take that whole curve on the inside. You got to disappear from the ether just like that.
As qualifying comes to an end, harshly. Jason Larson unable to set a lap time alongside Kevin Medina and Devin Adams, we talked to in the booth. A litany of drivers on the starting grid.
I've brought up the grid info.
Oh, shoot.
I'm ready for you to take it away.
Yeah, all right. Nick Terrell now placing himself on the top of the podium after that P2 in Lime Rock earlier this evening. Kelvin Collado out of left field in the BMW, the only BMW GTP we have here tonight, is in second. Kevin Hayes in third. Tony Caicedo, after a rough start at Lime Rock Park, has a much better qualifying run here at Watkins Glen alongside and then in the, what would be the third row, Landon Orr, Patrick Cantrell, Nate Sides, Parker Merrill, and Devin Adams round out your 9 GTPs. We grew the size of GTPs by 1. Really, Parker Merrill jumped in along with the rest of the drivers that we had earlier this evening.
Our KPIs this race.
We have improved our KPIs this race. Starting in the GT3, GT3s, Ian Baker alongside Carson Path, a couple faces and drivers we did not see earlier this evening. William Lemaster still kind of holding down a podium position in both races tonight. Luc Plaisance also improving into 4th. Tyler Roberts in 5th. Andre Saba in 6th. Brody Wallace, our winner from Lime Rock Park in GT3s, sits in 7th in the Watkins Glen starting grid. 8th, Tobias Matheson. Wesley Waddell and Chris Wells round out the top 10 as we get this gridding formation lap underway. Joe Evers, Adam Dahl, Joshua Harless, Charles Rotes, James Carline, Kevin Medina, and Jason Larson round out your 17 GT3s as Ian Baker sets the pace in that GT3 Porsche, the pink Roxy liveried Porsche. And the Calvin Collado leading away. Nick Terrell and Calvin Collado leading the GTP field to the green flag as the BMW M2 safety car makes his way in. Abbreviated formation lap. Nick Terrell setting the pace, waiting for that green flag. And he takes off. Great launch for
Tony
Nick Terrell.
Caicedo, too, back almost on the
Tony
back
Caicedo.
of Kelvin there.
Yeah, checking up there. Almost 3 wide. Not quite. Kind of fanning out there as they all come down to the S's.
What a start, Kevin.
What a start.
Oh, Calvin Collado is in the wall.
Oh, what? Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Oh.
Parker Merrill, Patrick Cantrell, Devin Adams, I think, also getting wrapped up in that.
GT3's coming up the S's into the carnage that is this upside-down car. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the GT3s are piled. We're going to have to go back and take a look at this as well. GT3's piled up. We got Wonder Bread Mustang shooting through there like nobody's business. Looked like, I think, Sauce was out. Medina was out.
We got a... Let's see. I'm gonna take a quick look further back. Let's see what happens here with the GT3 start. So many.
What a race.
Lennon, I'm so sorry.
We're gonna see here. Oh, Kelvin.
Dang. Dang.
Oh, Kelvin just lost it.
Yeah, Kelvin lost it on his own.
And that just, oh my goodness.
And he collected Parker Merrill. And
Only 3 are not in the midterm.
Wow.
let's see here. GT3s, however, is a little bit of a different story. Andre Saba on the inside of William Master.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Starts that pinball effect of many cars involving Tyler Roberts, Joshua Harless.
Yeah, just sticking his nose. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm assuming something happened in the S's on lap 1.
Wesley Waddell, Chris Wells, Charles Rhodes, Brody Wallace, all involved in that. Kevin Medina, Tobias Matheson.
Yeah, just
We're gonna see
Tobias
how
Matheson.
we're gonna see how Adam Dahl hot dog water crew, if he sneaks his way through. I do believe that the sauce was caught up in that. Oh, there goes.
Yes, he was.
Joe Evers in the back of that Mustang, comes around like a wrecking ball. You know, Adam Dahl got on the brakes and avoided all of that.
Yeah, he just was patient, waited for it all to settle out in front of him, and then kind of picked his battles, followed Jason Larson and a couple of other drivers. Brody Wallace nearly getting caught up in that.
I want to see this
Hey,
from.
sorry to that Corvette I was behind for bumping you earlier. My pedals, like, force updated, so I had to start from the pits, and they're, like, all touched fucked up right now.
We're gonna see this
No worries, bud.
live from the Adam Dahl helmet cam.
Absolutely. Brody.
Oh
on.
man.
That is sketchy race start.
And then
for
the
a lot of-
Wonder Bread Mustang. Who is that? Brody Wallace?
Yeah, it's Brody Wallace. Wonder Bread Mustang is Brody Wallace. He nearly takes out Adam Dahl in the middle of that. Current standings, kind of how they were at the start. Nick Terrell, Kevin Hayes, Tony Caicedo, all having great first laps. More accidents happening as we were reviewing those first set of crashes involving Landon Orr and Nate Sides as well.
Damn, Brody Wallace shooting it through there. He did let off. I'll give him that.
Oh, yeah, there's a incident with Nate Sides.
Oh.
Landon Orr, and then Brody Wallace having issues with his pedals. I heard over the team radios in sim.
What a start. What a start. Who do we got? Who is up here? Nick Terrell and Kevin Hayes have survived.
Yes.
Kevin
Yep,
Hayes is
and
going to be
Kevin-
happy about that one. He does have Tony Caicedo hunting him down, which is usually a bad sign, but we'll see if he can keep it clean.
Carson Path working his way around Ian Baker and Luke Plaisance for the. Sorry, really working his way around Ian Baker for the lead. Luke Plaisance up into third. After that disaster start, another car that got lucky.
Scraping the wall. Caicedo looking to sell the dummy. Kevin Hayes not buying.
No. Kevin Hayes, I think, just working on finding his own race as apexes and exits.
Trying to not let Theo run away with it. But Caicedo, he has the draft. He's closing that gap, and he's going to make a move. Kevin Hayes got to go defensive. Yes, he is. He's going to hold that inside line into the bus stop. Got to make Tony go around the outside. Tony is going to...
He's going to back out.
He
Yeah, thought about it, backed out.
Backed out, hit the... Is he dead?
No, he's fine. He's there.
God, wait, hold on.
Got a little loose, but he's there.
He got all four wheels off the ground loose. He did not hit that curb right.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Tony was screaming inside there.
Oh, I'm sure.
How that go? Nah. Yeah. Meanwhile, Tyrrell running away with it. I think this might be his race if he can hold it together. Back in the GT3 field, we got Larson.
Ian Baker Carson Larson, Carson Path, Ian Baker, Luc Plaisance, all in the podium positions. Luc Plaisance trying to take the fight to Ian Baker. Joshua Harless in P4, 15 seconds behind Luke in a battle for 4th alongside Jason Larson, which is a pretty tight battle, separated by only a couple tenths. Devin Adams fighting and Patrick Cantrell fighting for P6 in class, a few laps down, one of the many cars on lap 1 incidents. A bloody race to start out.
Yeah, how is Lime Rock the cleanest race, and then Watkins Glen, everyone piles it up
Yeah.
on the
Kevin
big
Hayes
on the big FIA grade 1, whole thing.
has so much room for
Yep.
cars and everything.
All the nice runoff you got. That's where everyone dies.
Yeah.
So this is a Baker and Path. It looks like they got some, I'm assuming, lap
that is-
GT3s in front of
Yeah,
them.
that is Andre Sabo, lap GT3 traffic, one of the many cars caught up in the incident. Kind of not quite the instigating one, but definitely one of the rough ones there.
Andre Sabo letting them by.
I'm watching a crash. I believe Kevin Hayes
Oh no!
getting tipped, I think, by Tony Caicedo.
Oh.
Keeps it out of the wall, though. But yeah, he got spun around there.
Oh, Tony. Admin v. admin violence.
So I'm watching Joshua Harless self spins into the kind of runoff in between pit lane exit and the racing surface. Keeps car out of the wall. Dropped down to 7th as a result.
Ooh. But it was almost cool. Almost cool. Couldn't take the Canadian pressure behind him. Hate to see it.
Nick Terrell on a class of his own. Tony Caicedo also kind of in his own race at this point. Field very spread out.
Very spread out. Hot Dog Water in place for his highest finish yet. I think in the
he
history
is.
of OMEC. He is sitting up there, P6 of the GT3 class.
I think if he can just keep it going the right direction, he will have a fantastic finish up 6 positions in class from where he started.
And he's got Harless 5 seconds behind him, so he's got quite the gap back there.
Up, I would say Nate Sides is tightly 3 seconds in front of him. So the actual car for position is Tobias Matheson in 5th. He's about 4 seconds ahead of him. As Nate Sides runs wide. Brody Wallace finds himself back in the pit wall, finds himself back in pit lane after sliding. Was it a self spin? Yeah, it just was a self spin as all this traffic flows past him.
This corner right here, this corner does suck. Usually I spin getting on the gas after, but man, he really cooked it in there.
That he did. It is always a deceiving corner, especially when you're in cars with low downforce. How long you get, and with the GT3s, how much time you spend just waiting for the throttle.
Yep.
Kelvin Collado in battle for 7th.
Ooh,
With
Cantrell.
Patrick Cantrell after setting his fastest lap and the fastest lap of the race with that 131.96. Definitely trying to make up lost time at the beginning there with that self spin that instigated kind of the trio of crashes in GTP prior to the incidents in GT3.
He is currently hunting down Devin Adams as we're coming through the entrance of the boot. Looks like he was about to set it on the inside right there.
It looks like he backed out of it. 3-way fight now at this point between Devin Adams, Kelvin Collado, and Patrick Cantrell. Patrick Cantrell faking the look on the inside.
Yeah, he's back
Making his
there,
way.
making sure you see him in your mirror.
A battle for P4 with Tobias Matheson continues as well. A little all over the place, so forgive me.
No, you're good. This is what we need. And then Larson is 20 seconds behind P3, so the top 3 got away with all that chaos there at the start.
Yeah, P3's top 3 in both classes getting away with a pretty lucky break. Lenore passing both of them for overall position and taking the fight to Nate's sides right in front of him, or a little ways in front of him, I should say, 12 seconds.
Yeah, GTP's really down in the trenches this race.
Yep. A lot more of them working their way back up through the field. And Tyler Roberts as well with these GT3s right behind Tobias Matheson and Jason Larson on track. A bunch of GTPs, though, in the mix. Devin Adams, Kelvin Collado, Patrick Cantrell on trying to work his way around these guys. There's 4 position for all 3 of them as well. Overall position, I should say. I'm just been going on a tear.
You've been what?
I said I've been going on a tear, just talking.
That's good. That's what we need. I've honestly just been watching the racing. I kind of zoned out there for a little bit because it's been like interesting to watch. I forgot that I had to talk.
Well, I've filled the void. What are your thoughts on the first 12 minutes of racing?
This has been very chaotic. I really like, everyone is always very scared of the rain races. And they are always fraught with worry that it's going to be chaos. And I'm telling you, the most chaotic races are always big name tracks, dry, clear, sunny days. That's where like we have our the worst starts, most chaotic wrecks. It's never in the sketchy weather.
No,
if this would have been in the rain, everyone would have just taken it easy. Everyone would have left space. And so it's always really interesting. But here is Kevin Collado chasing down Devin Adams. He's going to stick it up the inside.
Oh.
Devin Adams going to let him have it. Ooh,
Yep.
I don't think he's going to let him have it. I think he was going to try to take him too wide, but it didn't quite work out for him.
No, I think that was the goal, but I don't think it was one that I think was going to pay off for him. Because he didn't cover off that inside line going to the bus stop, he was, I think, bound to give that one up. But the question is if he's going to also give up P7 to Patrick Cantrell behind him or keep on the fight there. Landon Orr only 4 seconds up the road from Kelvin at Devin and Patrick.
Yeah, these
that
back
was
three.
A sketchy lunge there from Landon in GT3 traffic. Sorry.
No, you're good.
He apologized for it on the radio.
Landon's finally he's got something to prove. He's up here in top 5.
Yeah.
The back 3 GTP drivers on a hell of a recovery drive currently.
Mm-hmm.
The joy of a fast repair.
The joy of a fast repair, indeed.
Kevin Hayes
Top
settling into, I think, P3 there. He hasn't really gained much time on Caicedo.
He has not, but Caicedo has not really gained much time on Nick Terrell either. Given a little lucky on a couple of traffic management, but other than that, the intervals between the top 3 drivers stay about the same. A minute 20 behind Kevin Hayes is to where Nate Sides is in P4, and Landon Orr another 20 seconds back from that.
I gotta see if this is Andre Saba crashing out of pit lane. Oh, he drove through pit lane. It said that he crashed, then drove through the pit lane. He did crash. I don't know about the pit lane. Don't know about the pit lane. We do got Tobias Matheson still, when his internet cooperates, all over the back. Or was Larson behind Matheson? Do we miss the pass?
No. Matheson has been behind Larson since he came up to them. One of many drivers, I think, not caught up via slowing down for the initial race start shenanigans alongside Jason Larson. So they've been duking it out for P4 here since the beginning. I think our closest race on track with Tyler Roberts in the background. Lap traffic there.
Lap traffic, but I think he caught up to him.
I believe so.
He is
Tyler
trying to
Roberts seems to be
currently
showing,
unlap himself.
yeah, showing great pace
Canadian loose of Larson. That's going to let Matheson through, Roberts through. He saved that beautifully.
He
That was
did indeed.
If that was me, I would have been in the wall. Much like Joshua Heartless. Don't make a fool out of me, SDK. There it is.
Yep.
There it is. That's the
Keeps out of the wall.
That's the scariest place to spin.
And it's definitely one of them. There's so many almost near blind corners here. It is certainly one that I would not want to spin at and then have to therefore.
My very first endurance race ever, like team race, official, was Watkins Glen, and I spun right there in the LMP2 and just got fucking T-boned immediately.
Oh no. I watched my first endurance at Spa. Tobias repeating a similar issue that Jason Larson had.
Oh yeah, he's gonna capitalize on that. Send it up the inside.
Side, two of them, too wide through the heel of the boot.
Oh, that's beautiful. And the Porsche definitely has it on the Corvette for corner exit, although he's still there side by side.
But the drag, Tyler Roberts giving the draft to Tobias keeps them in contention. Jason Larson trying to figure out how to get around him.
That used to all be gravel there before the rescan, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, if his internet holds in.
Now, a fun point of note. No.
That was really fun.
No, fun point of note I was going to say, and then I corrected myself because I was looking through the times to make sure I wasn't speaking too far away from it. Luc Plaisance and Ian Baker having very similar lap times. Luc Plaisance trying to deal with lap traffic of Kevin Medina, who is on a tear running faster than Luc Plaisance is. Luc Plaisance is in the battle for the podium spots. So, bit of communications there.
I'm watching Kelvin Caído get all over the back of Landon Orr. Landon Orr messing up on that second to last corner. We're coming down the start finish straight, and he lets him have it.
Yeah, and he. Go ahead.
Kelvin is on. I was just saying. Also, crazy recovery drive. He definitely has the pace. He's just been chopping through everyone. Made his way back up into fifth. 18 seconds behind Nate Sides. You think he's able to make that up in the last 10 minutes of the race?
I think it's possible. Lap times about a half second faster than Nate Sides. To almost a full second faster than Nate Sides. But that's also, I believe, traffic impacting Nate Sides' current drive. So we'll have to see if that remains true.
The back guy, Adam Dahl, still sitting there in sixth place. He's 23 seconds in front of Harless now. He's just got to keep his head down, keep on racing. Looks like Sauce out of the race completely. Did not make it back in.
No, he did not once that initial wreck happened.
Damn. Our stream views just dropped by 50%.
Oof.
That's not good for the analytics. Sauce,
yeah, the analytics.
Stop crashing.
Every time we've said Adam Dahl, we've had chat blow up with "they said our name."
We need a chat replay on the broadcast.
We don't need to. It's really not that you want a chat replay. I guess it's how much you want to interact with chat.
That's true.
Which is any varying level. I include it from time to time because it's a fun way to engage the community. Which, from a silly, stupid marketing standpoint, is like a thing you should do as a streamer. But we're also broadcasting, not really streaming, so I have no idea if that applies.
You know,
Luke?
That's true. I'm barely here most nights, so we're doing good.
Yeah.
We got to
Luke
see Tyler Roberts pass for position on Chris Wells. Didn't put up much of a fight. But we got Luke Plaisance in third place, fighting with Ian Baker. Or is that's the BMW that's holding him up? Kevin Medina?
It was really Kevin Medina trying to get around Luke Plaisance. Luke Plaisance running about 146s, like low 146s, high 145s. And Kevin Medina running a very consistent 145.2, 145.3. So about half a second faster than Luke Plaisance. So he was really trying to get around Luke Plaisance and unlap himself and keep himself going back up the order from where he's currently sitting in 9th to get back to the fight with James Carline. But 47 seconds separates those two. So
Luke Plaisance back is getting sore, holding up the dead weight of Devin Adams, who did drive through the pit lane.
Huh.
Was that just a drive-through?
Do
we have some damage for Devin Adams? 30 seconds has to be a drive-through.
Yeah, I believe so.
Locking up the tires, coming into the pits. They're gonna toss a few quick zins in through the window as he drives past the pit box.
Just chuck the whole container.
Yeah, like those little marshmallow guns. They put the little zin packets in it, and they're like fucking little dart guns.
That's what. I mean, yeah, I guess it's one way to refresh Devin Adams' nicotine.
They should do a literal dart gun, like they shoot it into his neck as he drives past.
It's like it's like the ones you see with like the little tuft of color on it to make it very identifiable, so that way they can find the thing they've hit later. Like you see in movies that involve people trying to hunt animals with not rifle actual weaponry.
National Geographic, Devin Adams. The hunt for the mysterious creature. Well,
Andre Saba also into the pit lane
again.
This will be his second time in. First time actually in for after the initial incident. I'm curious what brings him in.
Pretty big break there at the beginning. Almost getting caught for speeding. I am assuming this is just a drive-through because his car looks pretty clean.
Like it, yeah, he's not stopping in a box, and he's past his box now. So definitely just a drive-through.
Just taking a gander. See if he can get one of those Zin darts from Devin Adams.
Gonna spit him back out behind Tobias Matheson.
Yeah, into traffic, in with Chris Wells.
Oh my gosh, Nate. Kevin Collado, Nate Sides, Kevin Collado and Kevin Hayes, both in that mix as well.
Is Kevin Hayes lapping Kelvin?
Kevin Hayes has already lapped Kelvin. Kelvin is unlapping himself from Kevin Hayes.
Ooh.
We're trying to, I should say.
Kevin's starting to fall apart. Coming. No self-spin from Kevin, though. Just
no self-spin.
Just Tony.
Just Tony.
Tony striking again. Tony getting podium, though. How do you feel about the aggression level of your teammate? What do you have to do? You got to rein him in before the race. What's your guys' routine?
I don't think we really have a whole routine. Usually, while Tony's a little bit out there, he never really goes out of his way to crash people, I don't think. So I don't have to do a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, he's always there. That's Tony, though.
Have you tried blow darts full of Zins?
No, because it's not Devin Adams. B, why would I do that?
I don't know. It might calm him down.
I don't think so. It might just make him anxious.
Let's bring in the booth. Local Zin reporter, Devin Adams.
Yeah.
Did you not have enough this race, or?
What do you mean?
Zins.
No. I'm just really looking for this Japanese food that I'm about to eat.
What?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that sentence?
About to eat some Japanese food.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
What do you think I said?
I thought you were saying something racist, but you know.
No, I've never
Japanese
said anything
food
racist
that
in my
you're
life.
eating. What kind of Japanese food are you getting?
I don't know.
Why you're
It's
excited,
like
but you
some
don't know what it
noodles
is?
with some beef.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
It was really good. They're like wide noodles. They're not like ramen noodles.
Yeah, you don't want those thin noodles.
That's what my mom got. She got real
What?
ramen noodles.
I don't know if ramen noodles are wide.
They're not.
No. They're ramen noodle. I didn't get the ramen noodles. I got the wide noodles. She got like normal ramen noodles.
You got udon noodles, I believe you were talking about.
You guys
They're
wanna-
flat, wide noodles. That's
Do you
what the
guys
menu
wanna
called
know-
them. Flat, wide noodle.
Do you want to know a fun fact? Not
Yes.
related to racing. My family called them ramen noodles. And I legit thought that's how they were pronounced until like I went to college.
Like a Rayman Legends?
Yeah, like my whole life.
video game?
I thought they were
my
ramen
gosh.
noodles. And someone was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, ramen noodles. And then I found out it's ramen.
God. What a time to be alive where you lived to college to not realize that was.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they're spelled ramen. I don't know. That's what my parents taught me. Are you saying they're wrong?
I'm
Devin
saying
out
you're
here.
wrong, yes.
Yeah, they were wrong. They didn't know shit. I should see if they know how to pronounce it yet. Not, speaking of not ramen noodles, we do have a battle. Mr. Larson. Jason Larson looking to get around Tobias Matheson. That gap is very close. We're coming down into, the bus stop. He's sticking his nose in. We got Matheson. Goes defensive. Saba in front of him.
Andre Saba goes out and crashes.
Okay. Yep.
What?
Okay. What happened? Yeah, what happened to Saba? Matheson was kind of on the inside. Did they touch?
No, they did not touch. No touch. Just Andre Saba got loose over the curbing and sends it out wide as a result.
Damn.
And he loses control.
That'll happen.
Let's set our name again. Go fast, folks. We will. We will go fast.
Run on board. I really need to see Larson get back around Matheson. Tobias
possible. I think
Matheson. Is this Tobias' first race with us, or has he been here?
He's been here a couple races. Not many, but a couple.
He's new this. He wasn't here for Motegi.
Nobody was here for
Yeah,
Motegi.
nobody
I
was.
say that jokingly.
The OGs were here for Motegi.
No, it might be. Sorry, this may be Tobias Matheson's first race. He has 0 points on the official standings.
Yeah, I think. What about Jason Larson? I don't know if I've seen Jason Larson before. There goes Devin Adams thinking about his Japanese food.
Jason Larson definitely has been here for some races. Has 106 points in GT3 Pro.
What's the point situation looking at? What's the leader have for points right now? I think it's something ridiculously high.
There is a tie right now in GT3. So GTP, Nick Terrell 601, Kevin Hayes 584, Patrick Cantrell 575, and Nathan Sides 574. So pretty tight battle there for T3rd, and to a lesser degree, 2 and first. GT3 Pro, however, has a tie for first between William Master and Ian Baker. Both have 574 points. Andre Saba has 567. Joe Evers has 552 in fourth. So a bit of a larger gap there between 3 and 4 as we get into the back couple of races of the season. Luc Plaisance, who we currently see in third overall, is leading the GT3 AM division with 539 points. Carson Path in second with 534, our current race leader for GT3. And Adam Dahl in 443 in third. So good points haul for them, as well as Wesley Waddell in fourth. I'm guessing we'll see a pretty big shakeup depending on where all of these drivers finish both this race and the previous race.
Yeah, with those 3 drop weeks coming into play.
Yep.
Is this the final? After this, they'll all kind of calculate, won't they? This is where we'll
I
start to figure it
believe
out.
so. Yes.
Shout out to Adam Dahl, P3 in the amateur division. Is that what you said?
Yeah, P3 in GT3 AM currently. But only 4 points between, or sorry, yes, only 4 points between him and Wesley Waddell in fourth. So that might be changing here soon, but we also include the third drop week, so that might also even things out.
That's true.
Positively or negatively.
This is a good finish for Adam Dahl, though. This is what he needs. There's Tobias blinking into the void there for a little bit. Does the draft go away when they do that? That's my question.
I don't think so. Nick Terrell, I believe, takes checker flag.
The race is over?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh my God. Good job, Nick Terrell.
I thought someone might notice that. I thought Mike was going to laugh.
Congratulations to those guys. I'm gonna stay with Larson. We're gonna see if he can get around Tobias Matheson
Yes.
for the final lap of the race. Shout out to Path, Baker, and Plaisance who's gonna come around P1, 2, and 3. This is the battle here for fourth. I don't know if Larson is going to have it. Larson's had it on the run up to the bus stop. I don't think he's ever been close on this last series of corners.
He is not. He usually ends up being a little bit safer through here because he was really fighting the car earlier, and I'm curious to see how much that tire degradation is costing him now. Looks like the tires have calmed down a little bit, but definitely he was fighting it a lot earlier.
He got a good exit out of that corner, though.
Yep.
If he can hold it together. Well, comes down the exit of this final corner. He's getting close within 2/10. I don't think he's got it.
I don't think he's got it.
That was a good effort. Coming across fourth and fifth.
Yeah.
What a race.
Yeah.
That went a lot quicker than Lime Rock, I'll tell you what. Which is crazy. Got Devin Adams doing donuts out there.
Devin Adams in 8th. Carson Path also doing donuts out there in 1st. Adam Dahl coming home 6th. Our last couple finishers for the race.
You've never seen a man so happy to get 8th.
I think he's just happy to finish.
That is true. It'll be good. We'll see if anyone pops in. Man, Brody Wallace should have popped in for an interview last race.
Absolutely should have.
That was his only interview chance. We could pull him in. No one's in the interview room yet.
Well, give them a moment. They're all talking amongst themselves.
They should respect our broadcasting time.
Then just pull someone in.
What? I saw Nate Sides. What net code? We're pulling in Brody Wallace.
Hey,
I've
got news for you guys.
What is this news?
Oh, I guess you guys dragged me in because you were wondering what the fuck happened.
Well, we're dragging you in because you should have showed up for the last race, which was a banger of a race.
It was.
I think your best finish here ever.
Yeah, no, I won the first race. I won Lime Rock
for
GT3, I got the quality laps down. Right,
yeah.
Everything was fine. And then I went on the grid, and then Moza forced an update to my wheelbase and my pedals.
Absolutely, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so I've been remapping everything. That's why I've crashed like 3 times because I have no force feedback right now, and my pedals are all types of fucked up. So
that would explain it.
Fun times.
Well,
first race went good though. First race went really good though.
First race was good. What was your secret to Lime Rock? Because you were just gapping the field, and it wasn't a Mustang thing because the other Mustangs were at the back of the field. You were doing good.
Yeah, no, it was the setup was pretty good for the track. I took a Road Atlanta setup from Track Titan and just fucked with it for a little bit, mainly because of the hill and the S's that are in Road Atlanta. I thought it would have been a really good setup for that. Raised the downforce a little bit, lowered the car a little bit more since it was pretty flat ground, and I was able to get a lot of front end downforce, which I gained most of my time in those first sector S's, and then up the hill as well, because the Mustang was able to handle that pretty well. Other than that, I was just pretty much coasting through the rest of the corners and just trying to carry my speed into those 2 sectors. So,
well, that is fantastic. I love to hear a good setup. That's what I like. The open setups. I like when people actually try and mess around with shit like that. It's difficult, but it pays off when you get it right.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah. It's not easy to pull off, but it can really add to a driver's skill for sure.
Definitely. Well, congratulations on P1 on that race. Sad to see it about this one. We
Yeah,
did
it
see
happens.
your dive through the chaos though of turn 1.
That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
That was that was there. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
saw
thought
it
for
again,
sure
but I
that
worked
was
for
going to
it.
end up good for you, but then there go the pedals. So what are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
yeah, yeah. It was a perfect storm of just everything that could have went wrong did. So I mean, I'll take my first career win in OMEC though. At least there's some positive today.
Yeah, definitely. Well, congratulations on that, Fen. You got anything more for him?
I don't think so. I'm looking forward to seeing how the back half of the last couple races of the season go for you, though.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like everything recalibrated. We should be fine. Hopefully, please pray for me that Moza doesn't do this shit again.
We will do that.
Yeah, see, there should be some options to make it not happen in the future.
Well, I have
remember
auto update off, so I think it was just the
Ah.
software was so old it just forced me to update it because I just didn't want to recalibrate everything because I liked how everything was set up. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hopefully we'll be talking to you next week. Good luck.
yeah. Thanks, Al.
Oh, we got everyone piling in now. All of a sudden,
Yeah,
we're gonna quick fire through these guys. We're going GT3 first.
certainly.
We're gonna go Mr. Karsten Path. Congratulations, P1.
Yeah, thank you.
We got through the chaos at the beginning there and just kind of walked away with the rest of the race. How'd that feel for you?
I was good. I liked the setup that I had for the car, so it was very consistent, and it wasn't difficult to drive, wasn't snappy or anything, so that just made it really easy just for me to try to avoid trouble and then just keep a constant pace to the end. So yeah, it was fun.
Absolutely. Were you caught up in that stuff in the beginning? Was there some? Did you have to dodge anything, or were you in the front, clear of it?
I dodged 2 upside down GTPs on the first lap. They were just like
Yeah.
upside down in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
I think most of the chaos occurred behind me, coming up through the S's. I think some of the GT3s were, from what I understand, people were going side by side, didn't want to yield, and I'm sure someone hooked the curb a little bit, understeered, and then the rest was history. Just normal lap 1 Watkins stuff. It happens, but
Yeah, something similar to that.
That's pretty close. Pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was glad I qualified pretty well because Watkins, like, I feel like it can actually be a lot more chaotic on lap 1 than most people would think, just because that S section is so narrow. There's no runoff if you make a mistake, so all those cars bunched together in between 2 walls, it's like you can easily get caught up in something that you had no control over. So
And right after turn 1, that's just extremely wide and really sendy. Really invites everyone in to go 2, 3 wide, and then they funnel right into those S's. It's interesting.
It's a funnel. Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to look back and see what happened in GTP here that led to someone being upside down at the top of the S's.
it was
what the?
Yeah, it was self spin.
Someone blinked, and then the person in front of them self spun, and
Yeah, it was a self spin, and then cars got collected, and as a result of that, and that's where the flip happened for both of them.
Wow, that
Yeah.
was okay.
Yeah, that was the
pretty bad.
chaos.
Flip was, yeah. That was pretty, like, kind of expect to see a car sitting at the top of the S's, lap 1, but then there was one later on, and I thought it was just so funny. They were both upside down, which is like that's pretty rare to see in iRacing, or at least on those road courses.
Yeah, where they're just sitting there.
Yeah. So that was a little scary coming around. I think it's the toe of the boot where I was coming around or something like that. Maybe it was the heel. I don't know. But who was it? Landon was sitting upside down in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your P1 again.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy to have you out here racing with us, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you. What track are we at next week? Are we at a real track?
No, we're at a track I can't even pronounce. Oschersleben.
Oh, Oschersleben.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. It's a Chris Kraus special. You're gonna love it.
Oh my God.
All right, we're gonna drag in. We got some more people to get through. This is Ian Baker, P2 GT3. How you doing?
Hey guys.
How was this race for you? You got through the chaos at the beginning?
Yeah, I was ahead of the chaos. Like I saw Andre kind of go upside down there, and then the whole field kind of disappeared behind third place. So, and then it was 2 amateurs. So I was just kind of cruising along. Didn't really have many people to fight or anything. So it was just navigating GTPs.
Yeah, this race seemed, after that, all that chaos, everyone was real spread out. It seemed much more calm. Did you like Watkins Glen or Lime Rock better?
I'm always partial to Watkins Glen. I'll consider that a home track. I lived in Syracuse and Rochester for like 15 years. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've done a handful of days of the track and been there for Salins a bunch of times. So. Yeah, it's a personal favorite of mine. So.
Are you a post rescan Watkins Glen or pre rescan?
I've only been doing iRacing for a little over a year. So.
Man, all the youngins. No one knows the old Watkins Glen.
Yeah, no.
It's okay.
I only know it from real life.
It's okay. Fen forgives you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I enjoy the new scan, so it seems pretty true to life. So I have no complaints. I appreciate the artwork. I do business in Corning, so it's fun to see their billboards and stuff like that.
It's also hilarious to me, Marcus, that if your only gripe about the new scan is that it doesn't have a bump on the inside by the wall, which sounds like a glitch that shouldn't have been there anyway.
No, it was a bump in real life. It's not really a gripe. I'm just saying the old one had a little more charm, but it's okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to be a curmudgeony man about it. The new one's great. Ian Baker, congratulations on P2. Happy to have you here with us. Good luck next week's track. I can't say it, but you're going to love it.
Appreciate it.
Yes, Oschersleben Motor Center.
I'm happy you can say it because I can.
Yeah.
We're gonna make the GTP drivers keep waiting. We're gonna bring in Luke, the other GT3 driver here. I believe first in amateur. Is that what happened?
No, second in amateur.
Second in amateur. I'm a wonderful
Carson
broadcaster. We got this.
Karsten won AM and overall.
Yes.
Again, I think you're one of the lucky few that got through the chaos there at the beginning.
Man, yeah, I was right in front of William, so William and Andre were the culprit. So that happened right behind me, so I just escaped that. Easiest P3 of my life.
I gotta ask you, post Watkins Glen rescan or pre Watkins Glen rescan? And if you say
it's Sunday, so I don't know.
I'm gonna get someone who knows the answer to this question. That's okay. Bought the track Sunday. Had never driven it before.
I've driven it before in other games, but not in iRacing. So I was familiar with the layout. Just driving it here with this tire model was a little different. So.
It's a good track. It's a good time.
It was really fun.
Yeah. Was it more fun than Lime Rock, or would you rather do Lime Rock?
It was for sure more fun than Lime Rock. Lime Rock, my front left tire was blinking red. It was over 230 degrees.
Damn.
Absolutely boiling. So I was glad to get off that track.
It
was fun.
Yeah.
It ended up being a lot better than I thought it would be, because I was expecting, bumper cars, demolition derby kind of race, but it was kind of that, but it was as clean as it probably could have been with GTPs and GT3s on the track at the same time.
Yeah, everyone did pretty good. Crazy that race was cleaner than Watkins Glen, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that was wild.
What are you gonna do? Congratulations on P2.
P3.
We're gonna P3.
P2.
Well, P2 in the amateur division.
Yes.
Yep.
P3 and overall.
Don't try to take away his P2.
I'm not. I just wanted to clarify.
We're gonna have Fen Achini pronounce next week's track for you.
Yes, we're going to Oschersleben next week.
That's beautiful. Rolls off the tongue. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's it. We gotta get through these guys. We're gonna bring in Mr. Nick Carroll Congratulations on P1. How's Kevin Hayes and Tony getting along there in the interview room?
I think all right, since Tony gave the spot back at the end, so it basically neutralized mine and Kevin's finishes.
Oh yeah, I see that he gave the spot back at the end. How did we miss that? Ben, come on, we not doing
both
a
got like
job?
an average. We both got like an average of 1.5 for the night. So wise each other. Both got safety.
We're both.
What a guy. What a finish.
You're busy watching GT3 driving, so
that's
it was,
true. We didn't see any
it was
of that.
More,
we didn't see any
way
of this.
more important to us than watching Tony give his position back.
We didn't see any of this Tony Caicedo character development going on in the background. Crazy.
Yeah, we'd been watching Tony's stream of the various wrecks on like lap 1 and 2 and stuff, so it was pretty wild.
Yeah, lap 1
I was like,
crazy.
what the hell has all the cars in the pits? And then I was like, I meant to go back and look at it later and forgot. So Tony's been playing it for us.
Yeah, poor Kelvin. Just lost it.
He had the
through
quickest lap
S's
until the very end.
There it goes. Yeah, we got to see him. He had a hell of a recovery drive too, just carving through everyone, trying to get back up at the end there. So.
Yeah, when I saw he was just like a couple tenths back on qualifying, I messaged him because I was like, teammates unite. I was just not literally into each other.
Well,
but yeah, that first lap with the GTPs, you got to do a tiny little bit of a lift there, partial lift. Otherwise, they're prone to spinning on the S's. You wouldn't think it, but they are.
Yeah, the GTPs, everyone seems drives them pretty gingerly that first lap. I haven't driven the new tire model yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, if you drove one last season, you were spoiled big time to where the point that like a lot of people were thinking, oh, I love GTPs. It's like, okay, well, wait until they fix the tire model in season 2 of 2025, and then report back. Yeah,
that's Devin Adams.
There's a lot of people. Yeah, Devin. I know. Yeah, I heard it like last week straight. He's like, oh, I used to like him. It's like, I liked him last season. Yeah, no doubt, everyone loved him last season. They were very forgiving. They had like super glue on the tires.
Yeah. Especially in high-speed corners when they theoretically would have nowhere near the grip they did.
Yeah, we were talking about with the bus stop with Glen last season. We could go like through 5th or 6th gear in that, like close to 150 miles an hour.
It was more of a lift than a brake to go into the bus stop.
Yeah,
and it was fucking wild.
You're doing some very tiny tap of the brake just to
the rotation.
Turn in to the right and then the left through there. Yeah, then you're like back on the throttle. Slight little lift again, then back on the throttle again. You might even be able to hold like 5th, 6th gear through a lot of it.
I know Nick Carroll's old enough to be around for this question. Post rescan Watkins Glen or pre rescan?
Oh, I like the new. I like the new curbing and stuff. So I like the new.
Wow, even the people who do know both of them say that the new one's better.
I like the old one better. I don't know.
Man,
the old one just got more character. It was like there was more gravel. There was more consequences. And it had the bump. It had the bump on the straight. It was fun.
Well, I like what they did to the curbing for the bus stop with the new build too. You could be a little more aggressive. If you straddle it just right, you can.
I'm not really
like hit the Armco.
I'm not really a new scan hater, but I just want you to know, Dick Tyrrell, you're the first person that even knows the old one exists. I keep asking people, and they're like, I don't know. I bought this shit like 3 days ago.
Yeah, here's another random one. When I first started on here in like 2020, coming out of the exit of Sebring on Sunset of Sebring, there was actually still grass over the north side.
Grass, absolutely.
Yeah, and you could and that was with the slick grass.
Yep.
So if you misjudge your exit and you just barely nipped that shit, man, you were toast.
Kids these days have no idea.
Yeah, back in my day, I had to walk uphill both ways.
Yeah, Sunset, with your rescanned.
I mean, I still don't drive Sebring, so I'm not upset about it either way.
I'm just sitting here patiently waiting for Summit Point rescan. Any day now.
Yeah, we do Summit Point in like a week or two, don't we?
We do. That wasn't even my idea.
That's gonna be wild.
That was all.
That's gonna be like about as intense as Lime Rock, I think. Lime Rock was pretty fun. The Summit Point of Endurance?
Yes.
Too, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's to be gnarly.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like the tiny... People are going to be sharing pit stalls.
Yeah.
If there's no people showing up.
Track.
God, it's going to be a banger. It's going to be a banger season end. Well, congratulations. P1.
Thank you. Yeah, I was a lot more confident with Glen. I didn't really know what to expect with Lime Rock. I just wanted to finish safely and to get the safety points because since those don't go away, it's more like chess at this point. It's kind of Kevin and myself for the remainder of the season. I haven't
That's
really gone
true.
through plotted like with drop weeks, and since there's like that third drop week now,
Yeah.
bonus points are going to matter even more.
We're
so,
gonna figure out after this one.
yeah, it's to be interesting. So I'm looking forward to see the strategy for the remainder of the season for sure.
Awesome. All right. Well, good luck next week.
Yep.
If the track I can't pronounce, but Fen can, we'll see. ya.
Oschersleben is the name of that one.
Let's drag them. They're both in here.
Okay.
Kevin and Tony.
We already spoke. We're all
Kevin, you're good. Yeah, I saw
good.
the character development of Tony. Gave the place back.
I did. I had to.
Ben has some words for you, Tony.
I have
For me?
no idea.
Yeah.
Don't let Marcus steer you.
He said he was
wrong.
really disappointed in how you represent Outlander Racing as a public
Again,
brand,
Don't
and
let
that you have to
Marcus
think of the
steer
shareholders.
What?
Think of the shareholder value.
Yeah, you know how. You know what I would. You know what I would
Definitely
say
we're
if
not
I.
hitting your KPIs out there.
Hey guys, I know that we want to hear me speak, but I just found out that we got the house that we've been trying to get, so I'm gonna go talk to
fuck
them.
yeah.
Hey,
We're not buying-
congratulations.
We're not buying, but we're stepping up to a townhome, so
Hell yeah,
Nice.
brother!
we're
Good
gonna
job.
battle, so we're pretty excited. So I'm gonna go
No,
do that.
Yeah.
And I'll be back.
Congratulations on
in about
P2.
20 minutes. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Shout out to Tony
Congratulations.
for giving that back. He was a big
Of
of him to do
course.
that.
Yeah.
So Nick and I net wash on the evening. We'll see how it shakes out with the
Yeah,
with the drop weeks. So
absolutely.
we will see. Anyways, boys, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for broadcasting as always. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Have a good night, Kevin.
Oh yeah, take care, Kevin.
And it just remains with Tony. Tony, how did you
What's
feel? Walk us through the moment when you deleted Kevin Hayes from the race.
That's also a gross over exaggeration.
That's all I do. That's all I do, Fen. That's the only.
Okay.
It's the value I
I-
bring here.
So I really didn't think that he was gonna turn in, but after we talked about it after the race, I'm like, okay, yeah, I was definitely in the vortex of danger. It's definitely on me. So, but regardless, I'm perfectly fine with giving him the place back. I know I'm not too competitive right now. He's a much faster, much better driver. I didn't want his race to be completely tarnished, so if he could at least hold a P2, it's fine with me.
How do you feel about Fen completely throwing away your chances to win the team championship?
Ben, you're fired. No, I'm kidding.
Am I fired? Okay, cool.
You're not-
Fired
That
from
means-
what?
you're not-
Driving
you're
or
not fired.
broadcasting? I don't know.
Yeah, I would say which part am I fired from as the OMEC admin there, Tony? Am I
Yeah,
fired from
right.
am I fired from the broadcast booth or am I fired from the Outlander team? Or both, and I'm just gonna get kicked out of the server.
You're
This was
banned.
it.
Goodbye.
Yeah, this was the last
Oh.
night. I hope you enjoyed your time here.
Yeah, thanks for-
I got all
thanks
your
for being here,
knowledge
man.
about SDK and OBS, and now I'm getting you out of here.
Yeah, that's,
Oh
all,
my
you want. That's all you wanted from me, Marcus. We know this. That's all you ever wanted
Jesus
from me.
Christ.
Ben taught me how to bring up
Oh,
the race results and the grid results,
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
and how
This-
to
this
project my
broad-
screen from OBS. It was crazy. I was learning so much shit. I felt like a boomer, not knowing how to use my computer.
Marcus did a lot of production learning today.
I did on the fly, on the job.
On the fly.
Absolutely.
Jesus
well,
Christ.
you know,
I'm gonna drop because I'm making
Yeah.
a nice little OMEC video edit for you guys based off of the lap 1 shenanigans.
yeah,
So,
that's what I want to
Perfect.
see. we'll let you cook.
so all right, I will see you guys later. But
Yep,
it was a
congrats
pleasure.
on the P3. We'll
Thank
see
you,
you
thank
next
you.
week for Oschersleben. Tony,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry that Outlander Racing, I've been co-opted into the booth. I
Dude,
will-
that is a-okay. Just let me know if you plan to do that for next season. I'll have to find a different Outlander. Unfortunately, it's very
that's
sad.
valid. Yeah, no, absolutely understandable. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, 100%.
But
And on
all right,
that-
if any gonna
that
be on
note-
Thursday.
On that note, this is the end of the
Yes.
broadcast.